Hi guys, Fadekemi here. So if you're currently a young single woman, or even if you're not young, but like you're a single woman and you've been thinking, when is the appropriate, how will I know when I'm going to get married? When is the appropriate time to get married? How will I know that yes, I am mentally ready for marriage? How do I stay, sane even in the waiting season? How do I trust God through the waiting? This video is for you. I want to share my thoughts on it, and I hope that this video blesses you. So if you're interested, make sure to keep watching. So I'm actually doing this video because I got a question relating to this. So the person says that, how did you know before you even met your husband? How did you know you were ready for marriage? I want to start from that question before I proceed into the other question. So how do you know as a woman that you are ready to be married? How do you know that, okay, this is the time that I should start, questioning men? I should start taking men seriously. I feel like the natural thing that our parents will say is, oh, once you finish school, they expect that you should be ready for marriage, because your parents will naturally tell you that when you're in school that, oh, don't date anybody, don't do this, don't do that. Then the moment you finish school, they miraculously expect a man to be there already. They're already asking you like, "Baolo mama kowale." It's quite funny the way our parents behave. But yeah, I think that societal expectations usually, oh, when you go to school, when you're done with school, you finish NYSC, you should be married. Some people, the expectation is, oh, 25 years. But I feel like these things don't really relate with age or your academic accomplishments in actual sense, because we've seen people who are 21 and very mature, and some people who are not matured at all. So I feel like the way that you know that you're truly ready for marriage is when you become really emotionally mature. But naturally, the moment you are feeling inclined to be with a person, it obviously means that you're not like Apostle Paul, okay? And it's not a bad thing to have a feeling to want to be married. It's not bad. I know that we always say, oh, take it easy, don't be in a rush. Yes, don't be in a rush, but it's not, your feeling is valid. Is a valid feeling to want to be with someone. It's not bad. Even as a Christian, your thoughts are not, it's not like you're having lustful thoughts towards that person. You have a thought of, oh, I wish I could be married one day. That's okay. It's okay to be having that kind of thought. So yes, I feel like that's another point to note. The moment you are having that feeling, you already know that, okay, it means that I'm going to toe the path of marriage. But emotional maturity is also very important. I feel like as a woman also, being able to say that, okay, now I am a woman of my own, not like you already arrived, because obviously you're still growing, but just having a sense of purpose as a person, it shapes you to know that I'm ready for marriage. If you don't have a sense, you may not even yet be doing purpose. You may not yet be doing that which God has called you to be doing. But just having a sense of your identity as a person, having a sense of what God is, the way God is leading you, just having a sense of who God is in your life, establishing character in God is one of the ways also to know that yes, now I can't look forward to getting married, right? It's not just when you are now making money, because you see people, a lot of people, they're already, making money, they're 25, they're making money, but they are not emotionally stable, they are not mature in thinking, they are not they don't have a sense of identity, so they can take anything from any man, take anything from anybody. People can talk to them anyhow, and not just even talking to you anyhow. For me, it's more like understanding that you're rooted in Christ. And the fact is, for every believer, our purpose really is to know Christ and make him known. So starting from knowing and having your identity rooted in Christ is the beginning for me. So I feel like every woman should have that first before she even starts saying, oh, I want to get married, because the tests and trials of life will come as a married person. But this does not mean that you can't grow in marriage, obviously, right? And I want to debunk this. In fact, I'm going to talk about it when I start talking about the second part of this question. So another point to note in, when you're thinking that, okay, am I ready for marriage, is what is the conversation that you've had with God about marriage? I think that is another thing to note. So for me, I'm not going to say that, oh, I knew that, okay, 2019, I'm ready for marriage. It just happened that I met the person. So that's another point. The moment you meet the person that is right for you, that you feel God's peace towards, you've heard God's leading towards, and you've ticked all those other boxes of understanding who you are, you know that you understand who He is in Christ. You guys both have a sense of purpose, a sense of direction. The moment you are having that, then I don't see the reason why you can't, get married. So I feel like at that point also you are already ready for marriage per se. For some people, they may say you should be financially capable, and I'll say that that's also a key pointer. But I've also seen people who didn't have a job when they got married, but yet they're fine now. So I cannot totally say, you must be this. Even though naturally, the natural thing to really say is at least have a little bit source of income, because waiting picking good chop. But yeah, I think that the moment you can feed yourself and you can feed your partner, in an average manner, I think that you're good to go to also in the financial aspect. You don't have to be buoyant. And that's a mistake men make, right? Even though this video is kind of targeted towards women, let me speak to the men too. That's a mistake men make. They're always like, oh, I want to have car. How can my wife be jumping balls? Skinny car, skinny car. But what if you are destined to have that car 40 years old? You're going to wait till you're 40 before you marry. And I've seen people who had cars early in life, like they got a good job 21, 22, but by 27, 28, 29, they had lost their cars, lost everything. Yeah, I know someone that it has happened to. So don't base your life on material things. Don't base your decision making totally on, oh, until I have this or I have that if I can get married. As long as you have a sense of direction, you know what you're doing with your life, you can, averagely take care of somebody's daughter, and you can take care of yourself. Even your partner too, she has, even an okay job. It is okay to get married. You don't have to be making 1 million before you get married. Yes, that's the truth. So I think that those are the pointers for me. And the conversation you have with God, like what is God saying concerning that person? Well, what's God saying concerning that season that you're in? If you're a woman of fellowship and you pray consistently, you study your word, you can sense that God is leading you in this season of of you're going to meet the person, and when you meet the person you can tell. Using myself as an example, when I met my husband and we got married like 9 months after dating, I think that how I knew that I wanted to get married was he had a sense of purpose, I had a sense of purpose. We were both rooted in Christ. We knew that with Christ we could move forward, but I also had conviction in the place of prayer. That's why I'm saying that that's a very important point. Knowing who you are, being rooted in God. It's not like any great thing happened, like God said, wake up, this year you will marry. No, but I just was rooted in Christ enough. And in the place of prayer, I knew that, okay, God was fine with this decision that I was making, because He was, I had the go ahead from the Spirit, in my spirit man, with my husband. So that's what I'll say about this particular question. Now, to the second part of the question about not getting anxious and how do you just, she asked it in a way that is it that you just get anxious and you're just like, oh, I have to get married, or what should you do? I'm going to reply this question in saying that, what are the things that you should do while waiting? Things that will not make you anxious as a single woman. Number one, understand that everyone's timing is different. Some people can get married at 22, they will have their babies 29. Some people can get married 29, they can have triplets. Some people, like, everybody's journey is different, everybody's way is different, and so don't compare yourself with other people. Number two, remember that you're responsible for the marriage and the decision that you will make. So you have to make sure that you wait and get the best. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't be just because you're like, oh, time is going, time is going. And I said this in one of my other videos. Here is the thing. If you're 29 now and you plan to get married at 30, and let's say you get married 30, to you're looking at it, 30 is long. But if you're going to be married to like you're 70, it means that you're going to be married longer than you have been alive right now. Right? You're going to be married for another 40 years. That is a lot of time to now spend with someone that you're going to regret. So that's why I advise people, wait on God. God's choice is the best. Apart from waiting and trusting God, another thing that I'm going to say is, as a single girl, single lady, don't say I'm waiting till I get married before I do what God has called me to. do. And this is something that I actually had at the back of my mind too when I was single. There was a time that I used to feel like, oh, when I get married, I'll be able to be talking about marriage very well. I'll be able to talk about relationship very well. Oh, when I get married, I'll be able. No, okay, don't say, oh, when I get married I'll be able to do my purpose well. It's a lie of the devil. If God has given you an assignment now, I don't care if you're single, do it now. The time is short. Jesus says that the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Okay, so understand that there is no time. There's no time to be gloating over, oh, I'm single, that's why I'm not able to do this. Or that's the one thing that I find that a lot of people are doing. So just get about being busy. Be busy with your father's business. If you're busy, like when you're busy, you won't even have time to think about certain things, right? Be busy, be about your business, be about making your own money, be about, empowering younger women, be about, teaching women to stand for Christ, be about getting about purpose, be about your NGO, your non-profit, be about your business. Okay, when you're about your business, but about what God has called you to do, you're less likely to be thinking about all those things. And I'm not saying that those thoughts won't come. I'm just saying that rest in the job that God has given you. So that's one thing that I would gladly say. Don't um don't be so concerned with the next, and this is a syndrome that a lot of people have, not just in marriage discussion self. There's this thinking that, oh, if I'm in this particular street, I'll feel better. If I was living in this particular country, my life will be different. If I was doing this particular thing, my life will be different. If I was married, I will not be like this. If I was in this job, or if I'd gone to a private university. Leave victim mentality. Leave it in 2022. In 2023, stand in the presence that you are. Stand in the identity that you are, and work from that place. Work from the place that you are. Leave the fact that, oh, you're not married. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Another thing I'm going to say is, in this single season, enjoy it. Go out with your friends, go on fun dates, be open to guys, Christian guys. When they say young people wait after service, single fellowship, wait for the fellowship. Don't be saying, oh, those ones, they are supposed for children there. You don't know the place that you will meet the one. Don't be too stuck up. I find a lot of Christian girls, they are too and another thing, some Christian girls, they have this mindset in their this mentality of the man in their head. So if it's not like, oh, like the proper prayer warrior, someone that is always on the pulpit praying, all those things, it's not kabashing. You think that, oh, it's not the type of man. Some people have this mindset of the man. Heal from that thing. Some people, their spec is the problem. They are not open to God's spec. And the thing is, that person that you think is your spec is not, like, the person that you're looking at, oh, it's not my spec, it's not my spec. When you get in the marriage, you realize that the person is actually your spec. When you both are now pulling down the devil. Okay, like, I remember that before I got married to my husband, I used to think that my husband was not my spec, in terms of, like, he didn't really used to do social media, kind of things. But I'm telling you, my husband used to hear all the gist before I hear the gist. I told him, he'd be giving me the gist before me, say. And this was someone that I thought was not a social media person before I got married to him, right? So don't think, like, you will be surprised at how compatible you'll be with that person when you eventually give the person a chance. So this is another flaw that I've noticed, and I just want to say that, okay, be open to God's choice for you, not just who you have in your head, right? Okay, so all in all, I'm going to say that enjoy the single season. Go out with your friends, have friends that you can go out with, make your own money. No, enjoy life generally, not like in a bad way, like clubbing or anything like that, but just enjoy life. Make your hair look beautiful. Just be proud of yourself as a woman. Be the kind of woman that when a man is with you, be like, yes, I have a queen. Okay, don't be too obsessed with the idea of marriage that you're not doing anything to improve your life. You're just there like, oh, I can't wait to be married. Oh, I can't wait. Some people, it's the only relationship course they've ever bought. They've never bought self-empowerment course. They've never bought books that will help their spiritual life, books that will help their growth as in their career. But they've bought relationship books like 200. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, God got you. I just want to say that, right? Okay. I hope that this video has been helpful. If it has, tell me in the comment section, what did you learn? Was it helpful? Did it give you hope? I just want to remind you that yes, these times may be tough. You may be dealing with a lot, but it's going to be fine. Okay, your man will come, and when he comes, he'll be God's perfect gift. All right, I'll see you in my next video. Like when he said we're gonna get married, oh my god, I knew this would probably happen. Ah, says black. Let me unchain that. How I don't even stand up. I'm gonna check. Is it showing? Check my video. Am I good to go? Hey, what do you want to do? Is it showing me? Yeah, calm down. So so in